Hey, popcorn junkies! Welcome to this trailer reaction for a film called A Different Man. It stars Sebastian Stan. If you don't know Sebastian Stan, you might know him as the Winter Soldier in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. You might know him for being in the Pam and Tommy series, in which he played Tommy Lee, Pamela Anderson's incredibly well-endowed partner, who had a speaking penis. I mean, there's no two ways around it. He's an interesting actor. He's quite low-key. He's kind of... Is he a character actor? I think he's trying to find more character-driven roles, if I'm honest, trying to shake that kind of Marvel Cinematic Universe kind of, history. Starring alongside him is Renate Reinsve. I think it's Renate Reinsve. I can't quite pronounce it correctly. She was in that wondrous film, The Worst Person in the World. She was incredibly enigmatic, very powerful. She sort of held center stage in a film that was a curious kind of dark comedy of sorts about love, about connection. It was an interesting film. We really liked it. Interesting observations about relationships, love, what it means to be a woman, what it means to us if a woman isn't particularly nice, if she's potentially the worst person in the world. So it stars Sebastian Stan, it stars her, but it also stars Adam Pearson. Now, Adam Pearson is an actor that you might have come across in the film Under the Skin. It was a very small part in that film, but it was quite a significant part in that film. He's an actor, and he's a presenter, and he's a campaigner who has a condition called neurofibromatosis, which I believe is a condition which kind of the tumours grow out of the nerve endings of your body, and they continue to grow. And so obviously he has, and he lives with a sort of what you would call a facial, I call it a facial difference around his sort of, some would call them deformities, but he looks very different. As much as being an actor, he's also well known for, campaigning against the bullying of people who, to the mainstream, are seen as having facial or physical deformities. And this is a film that really is about his facial kind of, his facial nature, the fact that he has this condition of neurofibromatosis, that it makes him look very different, that if he walks down a street, he gets different reactions from people as he passes them, and the world stops and unfortunately stares. This is a film about that. It's about Adam Pearson's condition. It's about what it means to be someone with a facial disfigurement or an unusual face that challenges most people's expectations and what they think is normal, and the prejudices that come therein. So the premise is that Sebastian Stan plays a character called Edward, who, after undergoing surgery for a new start in his life, he has the same condition as Adam Pearson's character. So he has it all removed, and once he's had it all removed, or essentially healed, if you like, he becomes obsessed with a guy, an actor, played by Adam Pearson, who is starring in a stage production about Sebastian Stan's character's life. And so and I think it speaks to, maybe the fool's gold of, if we have all this removed and we have a so-called normal face, does that change the world's perception of us? Or if it does change the world's perception of us, does it change anything inside of us?
Hey, man. I know you. What's your name?
Edward.
Do you work for Facebook?
No, but I get this a lot.
Oh, hey, neighbor. People can be cruel, I imagine.
All unhappiness in life comes from not accepting what is. You know who told me that? Lady Gaga.
This drug seems to have the potential to actually heal you. The implications are life-changing.
The face is falling off in clumps.
I'm sure it only looks like clumps to you.
Perhaps any potential risk is worth the reward?
Look at this piece of man candy.
Can I believe my eyes? Edward! Who don't remember me? Oswald.
Hi. That guy's amazing. What do you know about him? Who is he? He's leading a double life.
I'm getting this feeling I've messed things up for you.
You know how we idealize people when we're in love?
So I'm the idolized version of Oswald?
It's kind of brilliant seeing you who looks like you, but you're not yourself.
Get yourself!
Let's just all start being honest with ourselves, old friends.
Well, there you go. It's kind of, as I imagined, it's kind of riffing on that whole thing of, riffing on that whole idea of fame, being recognizable, notoriety, being notable, having been seen, people feeling they know you and therefore own you. The sort of, as I say, the fool's gold belief, or the slightly sort of fraudulent idea that by totally changing my physicality, i.e. removing this disfigurement, I could have a better life, a more meaningful life, a better connected life. And then, of course, his life intersects with the Adam Pearson character, who has a certain sort of sachet and a certain kind of cachet and a certain kind of cool. It's like that thing that John Hurt, the actor, once said to me years ago. He said, the thing about being cool is, if you're not trying to be cool, that's kind of cool. And yeah, I think that's what this speaks to. Adam Pearson has it. It's about personal outlook. It's about how you think of yourself, how you view yourself, rather than living your life through the lens of how other people interpret you. And so, there's a lot of kind of footage in there of Sebastian Stan looking into mirrors. He sees this kind of guy who's incredibly kind of whip smart. He's talking to people. No one's noticing his face, his disfigurement, if you like. And clearly this guy is now going to turn, Sebastian Stan's life into art. So I think we are going to see quite a sort of interesting, challenging and interior kind of portrait from Sebastian Stan here. I think it's an interesting vehicle, but I'm also looking forward to seeing Adam Pearson, in a central role. Who'd have thunk it? And I think really neat to couch this discussion in the form of a kind of indie comedy.